As I said last summer, that I believe you can have two things. One, you can build an alternative to police response for some calls where we want to have either crisis response or social workers or something at the intersection of public safety and public health. But you also need police. And so we do not have the capacity for that alternative system yet. And as you are shifting to that responses, you have to have a plan, and you have to have a plan to retain an adequate number of police to both provide public safety, respond to 911, and keep going on the very important police reforms we've been doing.
So Councilman Herbold basically says, though, that this isn't going to reduce staffing at SPD. We're basically, because they overspent $5.4 million on overtime last year, we're going to cut it from their budget this year, but it's not cuts to staffing. What do you say to that argument?
Right now, we have had so many police officers leave the Seattle Police Department because of actions that occurred last year, that we are in jeopardy of really having increased response times that jeopardize public safety in our city. When someone calls 911, they call because they need help, and they usually need help right then. And we're now seeing our response times increase over that 7-minute target that we have. Seattle was able to drive the number down consistently below 7 minutes for a period of time, but for the last many months, it's been over. If you've just been shot, or you have someone outside your house, or there's an emergency that you actually need a police officer to show up, 7 minutes is a long time. And so we need to make sure that we can have every alternative to keep the police officers that we have, make sure they feel supported, give them the wellness support that they need, and start to recruit both laterals and new recruits as quickly as we can while maintaining the same levels. We also have been in a pandemic and the courts have been closed. And so we haven't had to support a lot of the prosecutions, which takes detective time, police time, building cases. All of those things really are at risk if we just continue to cut without being thoughtful.